included.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. In case some of you guys are new and you don't understand why I say that, it's because way back in the yesteryears, there used to be a big sign up on a hill in California that said Hollywoodland. Then somebody took the land off of it, and it just became Hollywood. And that's kind of how I see YouTube. YouTube land. It's a fertile land that is slowly eclipsing Hollywood. And they don't like it because, well, I mean, we're frankly much cheaper form of entertainment than they are. I mean, you don't have to pay me anything to come watch me. I can entertain you for an hour, and you might actually laugh and be able to interact with me on some level, you know, just by chatting in the chat channel or leaving a comment on the video. And if you feel so inclined, you could leave a tip, but you're not required to. I don't make you. It would be nice, but I digress. But I mean, that's the difference between Hollywood these days. Now, I mean, yes, they have the billions of dollars of big budget productions and everything else to make, you know, the biggest actors come out and say lines and you know, get blown up and all that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, I can't give you those kind of production values. I'm sorry. It's just not what I do. But then again, judging by how stupid Hollywood actors and actresses especially sound when they get up on social media and start talking their nonsense, I think you'd rather listen to me. I mean, you know, I'm flattered actually, but I mean, it's like, okay, let's be honest. I mean, if you had a choice between tuning into Rachel Zegler right now and me, who would you honestly pick? I mean, yeah, she's cuter for sure, but, you know, I've always said that God doesn't give with both hands. They give you looks or they give you brains. They rarely give you both. In her case, I think we know which one she got. Hey, Mercurius! Australian $2. Hello from YouTube land. Compulsory tip. Thank you, sir. Hey, you know what? I'm going to hit you up early and get this out the way. Because we're going to have some fun today, I think. Let me see. Which one do we want? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. All the wonderful entertainment coming from
China! That's where the fun is at. China! That's where the fun is.
All right. So, yeah, Hollywood not really happy with YouTubers right now, trying to discredit us, trying to get us shut down. Obviously, all the news agencies, all of the reporting and everything else doesn't want YouTubers talking about stuff, doesn't want us telling you about the news or anything else because, well, we're taking their jobs. We're taking their jobs, but not really. I mean, you can still watch the news and you can still watch YouTube and you can still, between the two of us, you'll get something kind of coherent and fun. I think even Elon Musk pointed this out in a tweet not too long ago. But yeah, we are the new entertainment. We're not so new, really, because we have been the primary form of entertainment for a lot of you for a few years now, because Hollywood hasn't come out with a decent film in such a long time. However, I say this, and I have recently started catching up on a lot of my earlier Hollywood films that I was behind on. You know, thanks to the power of streaming services, I'm actually able to watch films that are, 2 years old or 3 years old now, and kind of catch up on what I missed back when it was new and fresh, and I didn't want to see it because everybody else was watching it and talking about it, and I didn't want to do that. So on today's show, I'll definitely have a few opinions about some newer shows coming up. But for right now, let me bring on all of our other panelists. First off, I have to say Mr. Grimm is not here today. He's out in meat space doing real things with real people. So as a substitute for Grimm, I have brought you Guard Bro.
Meat space. That's a funny name.
Yes. Now, can you do an English accent, Guard?
No, I cannot. Nor will I try.
Okay. Okay.
I am
I'm
way too corn-fed for that, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. We had to try, and Ironcaster is already hitting the booze.
Ironcaster.
What? No, Rebel.
Is it part of your chroma key?
Is it green?
Yeah, look.
It is green.
I'm drinking.
Oh, you
I'm
got
drinking
that,
liquid green screen.
The elderflower one? I just finished mine, actually.
That one's pretty good.
Dragon fruit.
It is.
Oh, dragon fruit's not bad, but elderflower is a good one, though. So,
Oh, you know,
Huh?
I feel like that's not quite hit me right. Oh.
all right. Well, I promised Guard Bro that we would have something kind of juicy for him to dig into. And that's kind of because of where we live. Guard Bro and I both kind of live like semi near each other, kind of in a, couple of states away sort of thing. Texas,
that's right, yeah. It was south of me somewhere.
Yeah, it's just Oklahoma between us. But on Tuesday I talked about the Billy Bob Thornton show, Landman, that's coming out. Or that is out, I should say. They're up on their third episode, and tomorrow they'll have a fourth one, which I'm very excited about because I haven't been this excited about a streaming show in a long time. And I have the clip. I finally have the clip from episode 3 that if it ain't making the rounds, it needs to be making the rounds because it's the one people need to hear. I'm going to put it up so we can talk about it, and hopefully we won't get copyright busted. So we'll have to kind of pause, but y'all be prepared to stop me on this one when you want to interject so that I can pause it. Okay.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah. So you guys will like this, I think, though.
Hit it.
All right. No, man.
Sepia-tone, yeah.
That is
Sepia-tone.
That is wet. That's like literally West Texas during dust storm season. It is that color outside, and yeah, we've got all those wind farms everywhere. Yeah. So one thing I like about this show is it's pretty honest and direct about all the facts involving oil production in this country, especially in Texas, because most of the show is supposed to be primarily set in Midland, and I've lived in Midland for a short time during all the oil stuff because like I've said before, my dad was an oil guy. He was a well engineer, so he had to follow wherever the oil was, and Midland and Odessa were where it was. So that's where we lived, and yeah, man, I can definitely remember those days. Back in the 80s, and well, pretty much it was all the 80s back then, when we had football teams that were just entirely supported with oil money. So you'd go out to their stadiums and stuff like that to play, and they would have these beautiful cork tracks and brand new AstroTurf and everything like that. So you could tell who had the money in those towns. And it was always in Odessa Permian, or it was always in Midland.
Actually, sweetheart, it's called alternative energy. Yeah,
Yep.
fucking
It is alternative energy, yeah. What else you got to say?
It was just funny how like people don't actually think about this. Like this is a problem that I talk about all the time with guys who are like, like the people who are against nuclear energy, like, oh, nuclear energy is bad, but they want to go pure EV while not having actual sources of proper energy. So you still have people burning coal and burning oil to help power up their fucking electric cars.
Yeah.
I'm not a very smart guy. I know that, but I understand how certain energy sources work. And if we just had a few actual proper, highly safe, highly modern nuclear facilities, you wouldn't need all these damn wind turbines or anything else. You just need those two things. And we get to the point where old Elon's got these rockets going up and down all the time. Just launch all the freaking waste onto the moon. Who cares? It's the moon. Like I just don't get like people like, oh, the story's so profound. Meanwhile, the whole Midwest is going, yeah, duh. Like everyone here knows that.
Well, you got to realize
lightning to the Californians. Oh my god! Like, yeah, we knew that. We knew it for the last 10 years. We've known this crap.
Yep.
Well, you realize that it's being written and produced by all these Californians that are like discovering all this stuff for the first time. Like to them, this is all genuinely new and profound information they're being provided with. That we have to make sure we tell the poor peasants out in Texas about what generating electricity in Texas is like.
Yeah. We're very happy to tell them as we've been drilling oil here for like 120 years, guys. We kind of know what the hell the score is. But
well, it was called Texas tea for the longest time. Now it's oil.
Yes, it is. And believe me, growing up in the 80s, I got to see everything that the oil boom created and everything that the oil bust created firsthand in my town.
Delicious.
Yes.
Oh boy, Suffering, my favorite.
Oh yeah. No. What I like about her character, and I'm assuming that she's playing the character and probably doesn't believe all the things that her character does, but she is playing kind of your millennial Gen Z type person,
an actual person. Yeah, these people actually exist.
Yeah, who spouts all this green energy stuff, which. I mean, I'm all for it. I really am. I would like green, clean energy. Absolutely, I would. But I live in the real world, and I live in Texas, and I understand that if our entire infrastructure just went green overnight, there would be a lot of people that I know personally who would be affected by that. Not to mention, I think Texas is actually one of the greenest states in the union.
Well, I mean, Texas has always been fairly self-sufficient just because of that whole idea that they always have retained the right to secede.
Well, yeah, plus we have our own energy grid, which, for better or for worse, wow, I'm not sure about that one, but...
And it never fails how smug they get. People like, oh, Texas is failing. Sorry, sweaty. Meanwhile, they're getting their AC shut off and they're getting blackouts. Like, why are you being all smug? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean, people just like us to suffer, I guess. Yeah.
Well, you're the enemy, so if you suffer, that's good. Suffer, enemies, suffer.
People seem to forget that Austin is part of Texas, too. So.
Suffer!
And the thing is, we'll let it play, but these people exist. Like, explain to me basic evil oil, man. Like, it's very frustrating. Plus, these giant wind towers, those blades, when they get worn out for their service hours, they just fucking bury them. They put them in the ground. They bury these huge giant blades. They can't recycle them. They can't do much with them yet. So they bury them under the dirt.
Yeah, Ironcaster showed us photos of that.
Oh, did you really? Yeah. The rows.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to drop them off the coast to create new coral reef reserves.
Well, they're all like fiberglass and steel, aren't they, or some damn thing?
Oh yeah.
I've seen them. I'm seeing them trucking those things up the highway, and you have no idea how big those blades are until you see like an 18-wheeler with like a couple of carryalls attached to it carrying one of those things on the highway.
During
It's-
sorry, good.
Go ahead.
Well, during my armed security days / me being tossed around like a cheap whore for the security service, I would go out and I would have to guard these sites for these things. The pods, those little things there, they would hold the generator, the drive shafts, the transmissions, and they would kind of lay them in rows. I'd be sitting there watching, look at these huge blades. I'd be watching them, and you see animals just not know what they are and just bounce off them and die. Like I was asked, when you get there in the morning, be sure to go around and pick up all the dead crows. Like, dead crows? What are you talking about? There'd be like at least 4 or 5 dead crows just smashing in these damn things and dying.
Yeah,
and that's just them. That's just them sitting on the ground because the birds go like, "What is this?" So they go to land on it. They can't tell apparently the depth of the blade because I don't know. And they just bounce off the damn things and die. And
yeah, those things kill a lot of birds. They kill a lot of bats. Not to mention all the access roads that you need to get to those that they have to build. That takes out farmland and ranch land. So,
don't you know that farmers are hoarding land because they're so greedy?
oh, that's
know
right. Yeah, they want to get rid of farmers too now. So I don't
farmers
know.
are just greedy, man. Just share the land, bro.
Like seriously, if you think any of these kids, if they were given the opportunity, would actually go out and row a hoe or hoe a row, I should say.
They would not. You could have the most advanced tractor in the world, and they still wouldn't do it. You have a push button tractor. We just gotta sit inside this cockpit and look at gauges. They still wouldn't do it. They'd rather be a YouTube star.
Are you crazy? Like, I want to drive one of those. Just all the technology at your fingertips. Like, it's a lot of fun there to play with.
Oh. Tractors are fun, and combines are fun. I mean, hell, I've lived in Kansas. Combines are fun.
Combines have built-in Wi-Fi now. Like you can watch YouTube while you're fucking hucking your corn and shedding beans. Like it's ridiculous.
That's awesome. Well, anyway, yeah, and that is something to think about. Is like all the production processes that go into making all these green alternative energy sources they all require oil-based processes to create them.
Smart people don't ask where the lithium comes from. I'll tell you that much. People who are trying to like virtue signal, like, oh, I bought a Tesla. Cool. Where'd your lithium come from? Like, I don't want to know. You don't want to know where it came from? You want to know? Okay.
We had a cold snap here in Texas just this week, and it killed my car battery. And so I had to have someone come out and give me a new battery because it was like leaking battery acid and shit everywhere. Yes. And while I was replacing it, I got to talking to the tech, and I was like, so what do you guys do with with like those Teslas and stuff like that? They got the big old, car batteries and stuff. And he says, well, we can't do anything with those. They just, we can't replace them or anything. We just have to go and like bury those things.
The ocean hunkers for Tesla batteries. Feed the.
I mean,
feed the electric eels.
We must recharge the reef, brother.
Come on, brother. We got to recharge the reef.
Just hucking Tesla batteries into the ocean. Jesus.
I don't know. I hope somebody comes up with some kind of a recyclable battery for those things. Because Jesus, I mean, can you imagine giant landfills full of nothing but rotting lithium batteries and what kind of shit that's doing to the soil?
Micro fusion reactors. I beg you, please make me fall out. Make it real. Let it happen.
Seriously. I mean, we need to invent cold fusion so bad.
Get me the Mr. Fusion.
Mr. Fusion. Yeah, there you go.
We should have had it already.
I guess feed it banana peels. Delicious.
Mm-hmm. It gets better though. I'm gonna hear the rest. Yeah, yeah. How about that? I mean, it's like, we don't even have the transmission lines to port all that, green energy over, even if we could switch to it immediately. And it would take us like 30 years to convert over to it. And it would still be us burning oil in order to build all the shit to do the green alternative energy. I mean, for the longest time, my favorite alternative energy thing was shaker towers, and every time I brought it up, nobody would know what the hell I was talking about.
The ones on the side, on the hideaways.
Yeah, well, yeah. Basically, all it is, it's a giant tower that sits up in the air, and the motion of the Earth rotating and the winds rock it back and forth, and every time it rocks, it's generating energy. But every time I start looking it up, like there's less and less information about it. So either they've killed the project, or it's not doing so well, or nobody's picking up with it. I don't know.
I think we all know what happened there. It's just the fact that it doesn't have the trendy buzzword around it, like a lot of the other green energy stuff that has been getting all the attention. The right people like put reached out to the right politicians, and certain projects get funded while others get lamented and kind of cast aside. We got to forget about those ones for the sake of propping up the ones that are big buzzword trendy ones.
Oh, is that what it is? Like solar?
Basically.
Yeah. I've seen the solar farms out in European countries. You got all that beautiful green pasture land and stuff like that you could be building stuff on, or you could be using for, nature. And it's just all just covered in solar panels, just as far as the eye can see, just a sea of solar panels.
You never stop to think about how many like parking lots we could be setting up with like solar panel roofs to double up on the land space.
Mm-hmm. Now, they are coming up with some more interesting solar panel technology. It'll be interesting to see how that progresses in the future. But once again, it's going to be oil that's going to be pushing all those drives and all those, and building all that equipment to build all that infrastructure.
So,
or God forbid we go nuclear. That'd be fucking weird.
Yeah. I mean,
so I had to do a little bit of digging here, but I did find a picture of a local solar farm. Or a wind farm.
That's a wind farm.
We were talking solar, and it threw me off. So like 75 plus windmills out there. It just you see it basically from like all across the horizon, just all of these windmills set up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're massive. I mean, in the distance, they don't look like they're that big. Then you get up close to one and you're like, Jesus, these things are huge.
Just beating the hell out of birds the entire time.
Oh yeah. And bats. They beat up bats. Yeah. That's true, because petroleum technology is in everything. I mean, it's in like petroleum jelly, it's in plastics, it's in, so many of the common goods that we use these days. It all came out of petroleum.
People don't understand just how much petroleum is in your car, and not just in the oil, just the lubricants. Lubricants go in everything. Your ceiling fan has lubricants. Your phone has, your PC has lubricants. Everything is covered in some kind of oil because it's a great lubricant. And like even a Tesla rolling on the ground is going to be full of oil. Like literally, a Tesla has a ghost of dinosaurs of past, just keeping it lubricated, not falling apart or squeaking. It's, of course, we all know that. Everyone knows that, but it's. I don't know what, when, where, or why the disconnect even happens. Like, I don't know why people should just know this off the bat. It should be complete common knowledge.
Yeah, you look at all the fibers we have, the polyesters. They're all plastic based. They're all oil based. Like
they are.
Your seatbelts.
I thought those were spider silk.
No, the nylon and all that stuff like that. That's plastic. We have a lot of that. I mean, the grips on your pistols and everything. It's like, it's just we have plastics for so much. We use it for so much, and it's in so many things. It's crazy.
People don't realize that we kind of picked our horse, and unfortunately, we've been riding that horse for a very long time. Like we've been on this pony since the 1700s. And we've ridden this horse for so long, we don't know what other horse to grab. And the one horse we do have that grows bright green and wants to turn your flesh to ribbons, we're too afraid to use because of a few accidents, like.
You even stop to think about the fact that the automobile itself was a solution to a problem that was piling up. I mean, in New York, for example, horse manure was just piling up in the streets. The farms in the nearby area could not take it all. There was so much horse shit literally piling up in the streets that they could not get rid of it. They were never able to solve the problem until cars came along and replaced the horses.
And then they just started fouling up the air.
Yeah.
Your brand new motor horse brought to you by Toyota. Something all in there.
Brought come to you from Gerald Ford. Never mind, this is questions about that old Adolf Hitler.
New from General Ford, the automobile. Like it's a big thing, you know. And what's really funny is how, you know, technically there are steam powered cars. We had modern steam powered cars. Problem is, you still needed either electricity or fuel to make the water hot. You know, like I know I was watching a video of his name O'Brien, the guy with the white hair, owns all the cars. Sorry. No.
Jay Leno?
Jay Leno. Thank you, Jay Leno.
Yeah, Leno. Yeah.
Jay Leno has an ancient steam-powered car that has ridiculous torque, but it's got an inner wheel you turn to control. Like if a big wheel, inner wheel, that's actually your gas pedal. And like it's so quiet and it's so cool because it makes no noise. It emits just some oiled steam because you need steam oil to keep things lubricated. But there's always that little catch of how water get hot. So even if we went pure electric steam powered cars, we still need the power from somewhere to make the water hot. Like it's a like in terms of environmental boogeymen we've created, the need and requirement of power is going to haunt us forever. And unfortunately, you can put up solar panels, you can put up all the wind turbines you want, but you can't beat just old dinosaur juice powering a generator, you know, unless you go nuclear, which we still aren't doing, which is I'm going to harp on that every 5 minutes. I swear. Like it bugs me. Behold, this infinite power source of these glowing rods. And because the Russians did it wrong in an earthquake in Fukushima, it's like, oh, it's scary. Like, whatever, dude.
Well, you know,
everything just goes back to just more elaborate ways to boil water.
Well, that's the thing. It's like any power source that you know has the potential to be dangerous. I mean, you know, like they demonstrated in the very first episode of this that you know oil well fires are extremely dangerous. I mean, you know, when that stuff blows, it's nasty and yeah,
it's scary as hell.
Yeah, it's scary as hell. I mean, you never see anything scarier than seeing a damn oil well fire. You know, flames shooting up and melting down the derrick and everything else.
Yeah, and knowing that, hey, yeah, we can't put that out. It's just gonna burn. Like, what do you mean you can't put it out? Yeah, it's just gonna be on fire for like the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 days.
Well, they have to use dynamite to cap those things, just because the dynamite sucks the oxygen out. So it's like, yeah, that's kind of scary. We have to throw dynamite down into a flaming hole.
I mean, we do that with our budget already, so
pretty much.
There's always also that Pennsylvania mine fire that's still burning to this day.
Yeah, that coal fire is still burning to this day.
Yeah, it's what's called like the Gateway to Hell or some damn thing.
Earl furs.
Just like giant, constantly burning coal fire. Like literally, the ground beneath us right now is on fire somewhere, and we don't even know it. It's just burning away because it's slowly consuming coal for the next 400 years.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Centralia, Pennsylvania. That's right. That's where it is. Yeah, Centralia. But yeah, it's like any kind of energy disaster is going to be disastrous. I mean, you know, so it's like why would nuclear be any less? I mean, granted, I mean, you know, like if let's say a solar farm, I don't know, they don't really blow up. I mean, they don't do anything, do they? I mean,
they either fall apart or catch on fire. That's really it.
Yeah. I can't see a solar farm catching on fire being too dangerous unless
it just pollutes the air. I mean, this is one of those things. Like because it's on fire, so it's gonna turn the air to acrid stank because you're gonna smell burning petroleum products, burning plastic, and burning fiberglass as this thing just keens off and just twirls in the air. I mean, we've all seen the videos of these things catch on fire, and it's just one of those things where I don't know, dude. It's just they think that people act so smug, like, oh, well, this is going to change the world. You realize, oh, this thing actually sucks, and now we're stuck with it. You know, like we told you that.
It ain't all just because, like, hey, some big, like, oil baron billionaire said no. It's like, no, there's a lot of problems that kind of go into these things that we've been spending centuries trying to really hatch out.
Which is the next part of this little thing that he's got to say. I mean, it's the truth, isn't it? I mean, let's be serious. It's like, ain't nobody wants to get alternative, energy sources more than the guys who already control those resources, because that puts them on the ground floor to own those as well.
I mean, they've already got all the infrastructure set up to be able to transfer energy to the grids where we need it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing is, people like, oh, we're not going to die. We're just going to revert. I hate this word. Oh, it's just going to destroy us all. No, it's going to get really boring really quick. Like, we're all not going to die. If you run out of oil, it's crap. We got to figure out another option. People use this provoking language. Like, it's going to destroy us all. No, it's going to destroy our current way of living. It's like,
yes,
we're destroying the planet. No, Earth will be fine. We're killing our ability to live on the planet, but Earth can be a-okay. All right, like it's just.
Have we stopped to consider that if this does happen, these NIMBY coastal elites will finally stop obsessing over avocados?
They'll probably be trying to use avocados as some sort of new fuel source or lubricant source.
How many people that live in these coastal cities or big cities, how many of them eat almonds? Almonds, for example, just a simple nut, right? No one thinks of almonds, but almonds consume so much goddamn water. They bleed entire rivers dry. Like, cashews has a fruit. Cashews grow fruit. And it's apparently a very healthy fruit. And we throw that shit away and take the nut. Like, it's and no one cares. It's regardless of what we're doing for the future, we're still constantly wasting everything. We're wasting so much stuff. We're wasting water to grow a nut we don't even need. Like, oh, I just want almonds. I love how they crunch. It's like, you don't need almonds, though, you goober. Like, you don't need almonds.
Hey, you can make almond milk now.
But how do you milk an almond?
I don't know, but they found a way. I don't know. They found a way. I don't know.
So dumb.
But yeah, it's like, all of our, people always talk about, oh no, stop eating the cows, go vegan. And I'm just kind of like, you realize how much farmland and all this other stuff that you guys, how much of that ruins the planet, right?
Or you tell them, hey, look up how much energy your soy sausage takes to make. Like, people are like, oh, beef is bad. How much manufacturing, how much chemistry goes into making your stupid freaking Beyond Burger? Like, no one cares. It's all performative nonsense. No one actually gives a damn about what things take. It's a way to feel better about yourself and go, well, I'm doing change. No, you're not. You're being performative. It's like I get so tired, like on even current Twitter. I go, no one cares. Like, who cares? It's all just performative crap. Half of it. Like, honestly, what do you want? Yeah,
I mean, it's like, how many times have we seen videos where, you got these guys going through all these elaborate processes to make, vegan steak and all this kind of stuff, or stuff that tastes like meat and all this. And I'm just kind of like, why don't you just get some meat? It would, be so much simpler.
Just eat we've been cultivating animals for how long on Earth, and now it's bad. Why? We've been the Middle East has been using sheep herds since the times before the ocean was split, allegedly. And it's like, but now owning cows is like, oh, you're gross, countryman. Like, we've been doing this stuff for the last forever. Like, it seems like think back to even like pre-bronze era. We still are like, these are my ducks. These are my food ducks. Like, we've always been cultivating food. Like, But now, cows are going to destroy the world. Are they? It's just like it's all just like we've seen the proliferation of virtue signaling with everything now. And this is just another signal, another little flare. Like I'm better than you. The flare goes in the sky.
I mean, serious. It's like people talk about, oh, my carbon footprint is so much smaller. I'm like, in what way? Because I'm betting like half the crap that you use or put on your body or put in your body has come from burning, fossil fuels in one form or fashion or another in the production process of them. Unless you're out there, like living in a hut of wattles and clay that you built yourself with your own hands, and you're growing and hunting your own food, and you made all the utensils and everything by hand on your own and used absolutely no production processes whatsoever. You left a carbon footprint.
Well, the thing is, ultimately, this is all just people, smug assholes living far away, decide to suddenly care all the world about problems that don't actually affect them. That's like you're seeing with like all the stuff in the Middle East, like the people like suddenly care about like the Israel, Gaza, Palestine stuff. And it's like, you don't live in that country, you don't live anywhere near this, yet you care more about this than anything going on in your own backyards. These are people who don't have any genuine problems that are looking for something to get bent out of shape about. That's
due to privilege. It sounds dumb as hell, but that's due to the privilege of having so little to worry about. You got to worry about other people. Something to worry about. But I got blackpilled so quick on this kind of stuff just by looking around. Like, you think, what? I'm not going to use X. You see a thing, what? That's made via bad boy means. I'm not going to use that. You realize there are 50 million units of that thing already made. It's already done.
Oh yeah.
Whether or not you use X, Y, or Z item, it's already made by the millions. You not buying that one thing ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. And that only kind of change happens. That only kind of change happens at the very tippy top of the manufacturing process. We're gonna make this, and until that part changes, ain't none of these things are worth a damn at the current time. Like,
yeah, no, I'm serious. It's like I've thought of this exact same thing, Guard Bro. It's like I walked into my Dollar General not too long ago just to grab some drinks and stuff, right? Yep. They're everywhere, man. They're like a blight on the land. I mean, it's like literally, it's like you cannot, take a piss and not hit a Dollar General. But here's the thing, man. It's like, okay, so I'm walking by, the knick-knack section where they got all this tons of plastic crap, bins for storing things, or desktop pencil cases, all this crap that you don't need, you probably wouldn't buy, and it's just sitting up there on the shelves.
Just sitting there.
And I started thinking, it's like, okay, there's like a whole bunch of these on the shelf here. They've probably got some stock of these in the back. And these stores are everywhere. So that means those stores are going to stock the same crap. That means there's got to be, upwards of millions of these little pieces of plastic crap just sitting around, not selling, or just, sitting on shelves and stuff like that. I mean, just the processes it had to take to make all that stuff. I mean,
well, doing this kind of like actual change, actually going in and making things the way they should be, is a lot of work. All right, going in like me. I said I want to make my own book series, my own game book. It's a lot of damn work to do that, and that's just doing this little little stuff. That little piddly stuff takes a whole lot of work that most folks don't even do. But you want to try and change the entire consumer process, that requires so much work, it completely swamps and just kills whoever tries to attempt it. And people, you not buying a pack of M&Ms is not going to do a damn thing. You buying carob juice and dates from Whole Foods is going to do anything. Because I always loved Whole Foods. I used to work at Whole Foods back in the day in Tulsa. And
those are cool.
These customers bringing hemp bags and wearing bamboo shoes or some damn thing, while a giant greasy truck hauling diesel, rolling coals, bringing their vegetables in. It's also meaningless, dude. It's almost comedy. nearly tragedy how meaningless it all is. Like I'm buying cruelty-free prune juice, and there's some old ass trucker just burning diesel from like I don't know California Depot to bring your damn date juice or what the hell it is. Like it's all so meaningless. It really is. Like I honestly don't get it. I never have.
It is. I mean, I hate to say it, but we're living in a consumer-driven world. There's a lot of stuff out there that is just meaningless to buy. I mean, I'm just as much of part of all this as anyone else. I mean, my DVD collection alone probably has enough, plastic and other crap in it that I could probably
delicious lead paint.
yeah, I could probably make a hell of a carbon footprint if I really wanted to. I mean, just between that and all the miniatures I own that are made out of plastic,
lead.
No,
Delicious.
plastic. I do have some lead ones. I still have some lead ones, but
Perfect
yeah.
fishing.
Metal.
Yeah. I like this upper class buying food at Whole Foods is performative consumerism.
It is.
I mean, it is. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
You
And
could
dollar
go
stores
to your-
did used to have things that were $1, but that was in the 80s. Yeah, that's true.
like you could just go to your local small market and buy beef from a guy who raises his own cows, but they'd rather go to Whole Foods because they're at Whole Foods buying whatever the hell they buy at Whole Foods now. What do you buy at Whole Foods now? It's not just a regular supermarket stuff. Like it's 2024. Like
Yeah.
what are you buying there? Like I don't understand.
Well, I mean, I remember the first Whole Foods store that we got here in town was really, really cool because they had shit in there that I'd never seen before, like grass-fed bison hot dogs, and man, those are good, by the way. And just all kinds of products that were, supposedly, good for the environment or environmentally friendly or environmentally sourced and all this other good stuff that you could feel good about buying and everything. But it was always a little bit more expensive. But then I started noticing those same brands started showing up in the supermarkets. So I started thinking, so I guess the environmentally friendly, environmentally sourced good foods and all that stuff sold out to the bigger companies eventually.
Well, or they get bought up. Again, part of this problem, especially with this, like where this show's going, is just how integrity does not last. You have the most perfect company in the world. Oh, we're doing all these fun things for you, consumer. But as soon as the wrong person gets in line, they dump pump to some other big old fucking hegemony, and all those nice fancy things that made the company what they are goes away. Cough, cough. WTC, cough, cough. Like it's just, I mean. It's the same old song and dance, and eventually, like I don't know how I'm not as bitter as I already am, dude. Just watching all the things I love turn to literal fecal sludge.
Yeah, I mean, that's just I don't know how we ended up getting this way or why we're this way and why it continues to be this way. I am kind of glad that it seems to be swinging the other direction now. So
It's pure, unadulterated, completely 90s born complacency. No one cared.
Yeah.
No one gave a damn. Because why would you? Why would you care where your lithium comes from? Who cares if African slave labor in the Congo mines out the thing you need in your cell phone? No one gives a damn. No one cares.
Nope.
Now,
Or
10 years ago, these people would have been complaining about like blood diamonds.
oh yeah,
They
With those
were.
exact same children.
The blood. Remember, the blood diamond thing was a thing for like a month till no one gave a damn. Like it's why I roll my eyes like when I get smashed back from something I do. Like you don't actually care, dude. You're just hoping that someone notices and goes, "Oh, you're such a good guy." No one cares. Ain't no one give a damn about a damn thing nowadays. And the people who do care, they eventually get so jaded they stop caring. That's the worst thing about it. There are people who actually do care a lot and want to do the work. Where they hit so many roadblocks, they become jaded and just turn as bitter as me. You know what? Fuck, I don't care anymore.
I'm older than you, and I'm already jaded. But yeah, I like this Archer colony. Just tell people organic translates as grown and shit. It's like, fun fact, since I'm a historian, I'll let you guys know this, that back in medieval England, they actually did used to fertilize their fields with human excrement, which is why they boiled everything. Right? Which is where, well, that's part of why. Medieval English food, got the reputation for being tasteless and stuff. Because, I mean, how many things boiled taste good after they've, had the shit boiled out of them?
I like boiled puddings because they're really soft.
But you boil puddings.
Well, like it's a literal pudding you make where it's like an old fashioned pudding where you have bread shit in a bag and you just boil the bag. It's how you make your cake. I think that's stupid. And I try like, oh my god, this is great because you have a ball of boiled cake and it's like this. Why is this good?
Oh boy, Archer brought up my favorite topic: gong farmers.
Yeah,
gong farmers.
Oh, so for a little context. T-shirt basically forced Grimm to put the Gong Farmer into Whitechester.
Yes, I did. I literally wrote the Gong Farmer. I literally wrote that entry because yes, I did a lot of research on gong farmers and medieval uses for shit and the kind of things that they found in those gong farmer or in those gong piles. But yeah,
so, like making gunpowder out of it.
Well, that was later on. That was the night soilmen, and the night soilmen were authorized by the king to literally go and break open your water closets and your latrines and everywhere you took a shit in order to get the saltpeter out so they could make gunpowder with it.
Yep.
So speaking of farming shit, I have to ask, if this the kind of like, there it is. If like stories like this are kind of what you were expecting to have come out of modern day.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, why? Okay, here's an actual question that I thought this while watching Tom Dark, all right, like Turkey Tom, watching this on the way home. I was like, why is it that when guys get famous, they turn the absolute deviant fucks? Like,
did they actually have sex with each other?
I don't know, dude.
So there's a bunch of DM leaks came out from Destiny that happened that coincided with a date around the time that Nick Fuentes was hanging out with him. And Destiny was talking about all these, he was someone who he was, hanging out with, that he hooked up with, and how much he loves to suck.
Involves butt plugs and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, just let me be clear. I'm not going to kink shame anybody else. I'm not going to sit there and judge what other people do in the privacy of their own homes and everything like that. But I will say that if you are stupid enough to leak, let me back up. If you're stupid enough to make a sex tape out of the things that you do in your bedroom, you're just asking to get caught. You're asking to be seen. You're asking for someone to view it. You're asking for someone to. You are literally building a form of punishment into whatever you're doing in the bedroom.
Yeah, but the thing is, Destiny basically became the face of cuckoldry.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole other discussion we're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But still, this is like the sort of the news that came out this weekend. Like the far left and the far right have found something they can unite over.
Jeez. Well, okay then.
But again, like this is people getting too much money. Like, is it the money? Is it the fame? What turns people into these
magnificent devils?
Yeah. Turns out the guy who likes cuckoldries and knows some weird sex stuff. Who could have seen this coming? Like,
and the guy who has this seems to like seemingly hate women is got no problem hooking up with guys, as it turns out.
How about that?
How about that?
Okay, well, we have a little bit of time left, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the Kyle on, and I'm going to let Guardbro experience his first Kyle.
Kyle?
Yeah. Yep. Kyle.
Oh, right.
Kyle, who is a much bigger YouTuber than I am, always comes up with these really cool raps that summarize what happened during the week as far as usually video gaming. And it's really unique and funny. And I love putting these on and then just examining them. So let's have a look at his latest.
Oh boy.
DM's open, big black priority. Do not apply if you're not a minority. Woke dev wants to make people mad. From an echo chamber calling other people sad.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, so I'm working with Starbound HFY right now. I'm the head writer and head VO for them. And one of the guys, one of the editors, made like a little cheeky Elon Musk alien as like a little thumbnail. And people lost their mind. How could you do this? I'm unsubscribing. I was like, but you guys relax. Like you mentioned Elon's name. It's like mentioning Voldemort in some places, dude. It's crazy.
I know. I don't get it. It's just like people because I guess because he's affiliated with Trump now. It's like that's
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. Oh.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's funny how like, oh my god, he's doing it. Like, oh yeah, I endorse this guy. They lose their minds, dude. And like,
I mean, I think one of the reasons why I didn't want Trump to get elected is the fact that I knew that for the next 4 years we're just gonna the media is gonna be screaming about him every time he opens his mouth, crosses the street, or farts in public, anything at all. They're going to be right there on it to blow it out of proportion.
Well, yes and no, because they now have Elon Musk to do that over as well. And the thing is, unlike Trump, he's not gone in 4 years.
True.
What I don't get is like they'll completely dick ride Elon Musk in the wrong way, but then completely turn a blind eye to Biden selling long range missiles to Ukraine. That's pretty cool. Like so like my dad, he's a Mustang, all right, really old army guy. He has a lot of connections, and he goes, "Those are our missiles." And Ukraine is not very far from the Middle East. So if someone steals one of those, one of those missiles, like because you can put a dirty bomb on it or a low yield nuclear device. If they steal it, somehow, God forbid, someone steals one of those long range missiles, it's got our flag on it. Like on the side of that missile, it's gonna be like made in the United States, like made in Lexington, Kentucky, the flag next to it. And it's like, why?
It's going to be like that bit in Iron Man where Tony Stark sees a missile with his own like Stark Industries on it.
Like
literally.
We didn't sell those to France or Germany. We sold those to an active war zone. It's like, why would like you're going, okay, you know what? I'm sure it's fine. We'll get over this. New president, it's fine. Didn't you hear? We went ahead and checked off long range missiles, huh? Why would you seed that? Like to me, that seems like subtle sabotage. Like, oh, Pop's gonna okay those missiles, and then you have Russia merving Ukraine. Like people don't understand.
No,
people don't understand that when Russia launched that missile, we were in DEFCON 2. You can't tell when a missile gets launched. It's like this going up, so they know it's launched. You don't know where it's going to go until it angles. They start doing your calculations. So we had like the United States was watching a missile get launched and wondering where the hell is this MIRV going? Like people don't understand. They're not understanding how big of a deal that was that a MIRV was launched into our atmosphere. Okay, with 10,000-pound bombs on it. Those MIRVs, sure, the little payloads weren't nuclear, but they were 10,000-pound bomb.
Well, I guess Russia had to reach out and like immediately call us and say, "Hey, by the way, don't worry. Those do not have nuclear use. It is only for Ukraine."
By the way, guys, anybody out there who does not know what a MIRV is a missile that splits off into smaller projectiles that all have individual targets and payloads.
So you think, okay, we'll just intercept that missile until it MIRVs, and then it spreads out. Like the fact a MIRV was launched, I was like, okay, so it really ends like this. I'm not done my books yet, Like I was like, okay, well, hang my hand up real quick. Guess I'll go and play some video games while I still can. Like I was like, what? Like, because if you have even like an hour of time with the military, you know how big that thing was. But we're getting way off tangent.
Oh yeah. Okay, continue.
So yeah, video games.
Every post another confessional. Man, how many times we need to teach you this lesson? That didn't happen, and if it did, it's not that bad. Version developer versus anti-woke, Chad, racist, political. Don't forget, lazy, Elon, derangement, make people crazy. That's
just like we were just saying.
Yeah.
And the Avowed controversy. See, I need to look into that more because Avowed is it's what is it? Black Rocket or no? Who is Avowed? It's Bethesda? No, it's not Bethesda. But
I assume you guys already discussed Dragon Age, right? You guys already did that, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, we nailed that one.
That was a very fun read for me. I was like, wow, this is hot, stinky trash, dude. Like I was like, oh good, more man-made horrors beyond my mere confession.
Avowed is an Obsidian production, from what I understand.
My understanding of what's going on with it is they're like denying people the ability to show the like character creator because supposedly it has pronouns like built into it, and that's become such a big hot button thing that like apparently developers are realizing, oh shit, we can't get this out. Don't let them see about it until it's too late.
Shit! Oh no! Hide it! Hide our sins! Like at least like I would get respect for me if you just owned it. Like yeah, they're in there. Fucking deal with it. Like at least try and own it. Like yeah, they're in there. What about it? But at the same time, give our big titty gamer gals the ability to have their own honka-donkaroos in the game. I mean,
Yeah.
by far,
You gotta follow the track record of Dragon Age, and like you can't have anything larger than a beat cup.
Well, we've already had our woman on this panel talking about Dragon Age and how she wouldn't mind having characters that look a little bit more like her, and I'm not gonna make suggestions as to her chest size or anything, but let's just say that
Well, just if you want to go that route and have all this in there, that's fine. But give us the other options because I want to play some busty blonde elves.
I mean, yeah, who wouldn't want to look at a nice ass all day while you're three-quarter viewing it from behind.
You're a man. Why do you play female characters? Because I don't want to stare at a man's ass all day.
Yeah, I'm not gay.
I love women. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm bi. I'm not gay, but I don't know. Is there a difference?
Wants to make people mad. From an echo chamber calling other people sad. Every post another confessional. Man, how many times we need to teach you this lesson? That didn't happen, and if it did, it's not that bad. Version developer versus anti-woke, Chad, racist, political. Don't forget lazy, Elon, derangement, make people crazy.
Desperate soul agenda injected. Matt want attention, get disinfected.
We should add pronouns to all our games.
We should add pronouns to all our games. I love when he does that. Yeah, and that's Kyle right there on Twitter, by the way. You should go talk to him and tell him, hey, T-shirt had sent you. If you go subscribe to his channel, which you should because it's good. But yeah, I mean, apparently the sole fact that these people want to add all this crap into the games is just so we can own the chuds. And I'm just kind of like, oh, good. How does owning me feel? Because I don't own your game. I didn't pay for your game. I won't buy your game. I'm not interested in your game.
These same people are just mad that they aren't allowed to own people anymore since the 1800s.
Bro, you bring up the whole like, well, no migrants can pick your vegetables. They crumble, dude. It's hilarious watching that stuff go off. Well, who's gonna sorry, or puppies, who's gonna pick your vegetables? Like point to the farmer, like I guess it'd be me as always. Like students, I don't know. Like
I guess you got some new career options.
Says a loudmouth activist with no shame. Hate-filled cult bubble burst reality.
Yeah.
Self-inflicted woke fatality. No creativity forced to remaster. Can't shut your mouth. DEI disaster. LGBTQ plus avow.
Yeah. Okay. LGBTQ plus avowed, and it is Obsidian Entertainment.
Tags, LGBTQ, political, politics, then RPG. Like I want to play this fucking shit. Like
no.
What man? That game sounds right up my alley. Like
I mean, aren't you excited to play Avowed with its LGBTQ plus agenda and its political agenda and its politics and its RPG? I mean, that's what I sit down to a table of D&D for. It's I want to play politics.
I like it. It just makes it seem like the fact that it's an RPG is like one of the last things they were thinking about.
So, like, did the fans make those tags, or did the developer make those tags?
I'm assuming the developer tagged it, but
why would you choose that tags to try and highlight your?
I could see why they would pick that tag, because tagging your game LGBTQ plus, means that people who are hunting for that kind of title as a tag will look for it and they'll say, oh, it's right there on the game, so it must be an okay game. But
I don't know what's worse. If people would do that to try and make money, or people actually just pick those games for the fact that it has that tag on it. Like that tag don't mean it's gonna be good. Like
I mean, You know what I see as a good tag these days, and apparently Steam has picked up on it because it keeps showing them to me, is hentai. Seriously.
You buy one game and then they start recommending some others to you.
You buy one porn game and it's like all of a sudden Steam is like, have you seen this latest porn game? Do you need porn game? Porn game for you. Porn game DLC the porn game has DLC now.
You buy one tank dating simulator and bam, you're looped in. To the
exactly. It's like, because that's the way the algorithms work,
And before you know it, you're buying furry sex with Hitler.
Well, I mean, no, but
but maybe the 3 sequels.
Well, I have bought a couple of furry based games before, so I'm surprised I haven't been inundated with that. But thankfully, I seem to be avoiding those so far.
There's always time.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I did buy Red Dead Redemption because it was cheap now. It's $39.99 instead of the original $50 they wanted.
That's still too high.
Well, it's acceptable at this point.
Is it an old game now too?
It's a very old game, but I'd never played it, and now it's been remastered. It's been released on PC, so I can finally, and it's got the Undead DLC attached to it, so it should be fun.
It's to the point where I wait like entire weeks until I buy a game nowadays.
Thank you, Ironcaster, for Balatro. Jesus Christ, that's the most addictive goddamn game ever built on this fucking planet.
And you see why it's been nominated for Game of the Year.
Yes, because it's good, but Jesus, I mean, it's like you can't stop playing it.
So Balatro is a poker game.
It's a roguelike poker game where you can cheat.
So you can take your deck of cards, you can customize it, and you can buy duplicates of cards. You can delete cards from your deck, so you can keep curating and building up a better deck of cards.
It's Magic the Gathering with poker mechanics. Basically.
I should not play that game, man.
It will consume your life. How many hours I got on that damn thing already? Not as many as some people, I'm sure, but
knowing my already well-known gambling problems, probably not a good choice for me.
No, but let me take a look really quick. Where is it? I know I played it. Oh, here it is. Huh. I'm already 12.9 hours into it. So yeah, that's almost. I've only got 2.4 in hentai dice, but that could be really good too. And then what else? Oh yeah. I started playing Worshippers of Cthulhu. That game is actually really good. It takes a really long time, but man, it's actually pretty good. I will stump for that one.
Before I forget the question, what is Avowed about? Sorry, Avowed. What is Avowed about? What was the point? What was the plot to Avowed?
It's a first-person fantasy RPG from Obsidian Entertainment. That's all I know about it. I have never played it. I hadn't really started hearing about it until recently. So, believe me, I'm going to start researching it for Tuesday because I want to know more about it now. Because even our fellow panelist, oh, God, I can't remember his name, has already put up a video about it. So, anyway.
What the fuck am I supposed to say but wow? All that dev time down the drain because of one developer's butthole pain. Brace for post-election...
Oh my God. Look at those characters. Those are the characters for Avowed.
It's basically a pack of Skittles.
Are we sure these aren't the leftover Concord characters?
They look like... That's exactly what they look like. They look like Concord characters.
Avowed, Concord. It kind of sounds similar.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw how what happened to Concord. So I'm like, how long are you gonna last? It's literally a gamble. Like, how long are you gonna last? Will you last? Are you like a sleeper hit we don't know about? We're gonna end up living in the end.
Well, it is Obsidian, so Obsidian has a hell of a brand name, and it is a fantasy RPG, so that will sell some titles. I don't know that it'll sell as many as they want or whatever. I mean, it's like, I gotta be honest, okay? People were crowing to me about their other game, Galaxy, whatever the hell it was. I can't remember the name of it anymore because it was that fucking boring. And I literally put like 15, 20 hours into the damn thing, and it was the most boring, unremarkable, slapdash, repetitive experience I've ever had in gaming. I mean, basically it was all fetch quests. The armor all looks pretty much the same. The characters are uninteresting, and I mean,
So
frankly, I just wanted to walk up to somebody, start. What?
Like I said, like it's so bad you start like you start blaming your friends. Like, how did you do this to me? Like, what was wrong with you?
I mean, seriously, it's like at one point I just decided let's just have fun and shoot every single person we see in this game. That ended up being kind of fun.
What about genocide? Let's just put for a whirl.
I mean, you know, when the good options run out, let's just kill everybody.
Make my own fun.
Clarity, you may be cancer, but you're not a charity. Don't buy slop from people who hate you. Play Path of Exile, drink the Mountain Dew. Since Obsidian want a fight, let's watch the Roach Curry when we turn on the live.
There you go. There you go. Guys, subscribe to Kyle. Make sure you tell him, you know, T-shirt had sent you if you do, because he's good people. We like him. He's very informative, and he's funny.
There's a joke in there I can't say. It's a joke in there I can't say.
What?
Nope. No. Because
Is it racist? Is it racist?
Of course it is.
Of course
Those are the
it
best
is.
ones.
Twitter would think so.
Twitter would think so. Okay, well.
Hi, Twitter. Oh, no, it's Reddit.
That's Reddit, yeah.
See, not
I
all
like
my
Reddit.
jokes land on here, so I've learned my lesson. I'm going to keep them to myself.
That's all right. That's all right. We still love you anyway. That's why we keep inviting you to the show. But
These are
speaking
both
of the
special
show,
guests.
our time is up. We have actually gotten through another Saturday.
Another Saturday in the books, boys. We made it.
That's right. We have made it through another one.
And yet we somehow managed to avoid talking about the spectacular failure that was Mortal Kombat 1. But maybe we'll touch on that Tuesday.
I mean, there's always Tuesday. I mean, and maybe between now and Tuesday, something exciting will happen. Like, I don't know, WotC will alienate all of its older fan base who generationally stood behind the D&D brand for years and years. Oh, wait a minute.
Or wait, maybe Elon will actually go ahead and buy WotC.
Nice Hasbro.
Yeah.
People keep talking about that, and I'm kind of like, he hasn't actually said he's going to do that, guys. I don't know where you're starting this rumor from. Although,
a single comment. It's a single comment.
Yeah, from a single comment. I told him he should buy WotC, but you know.
Well, the thing is that there's a couple ways it would be funny, yes, but he's also making his robots called Optimus, and Hasbro has its own Transformers, so there is kind of a little synergy there. But that's not something you want to go pay probably $5-6 billion for.
Well, I mean, I don't know. After all these lawsuits that hit Hasbro, if they sink him bad enough, he might be able to buy it for like pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. I forgot. They're getting sued for a lack of share price, aren't they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For misrepresenting their share for their share prices and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, to think about it, like in theory, there's some interesting synergy you could do. Like if he were to try to roll into the Twitter Premium, like a D&D Beyond subscription, like
ooh.
I'm saying, like if he's talking about turning X into the Everything app, then you want to start kind of putting like more reasons for people to keep that subscription. Well, to keep your D&D Beyond characters.
Yeah, although this would beg the question: is if Elon took it over, would he have to write yet another D&D edition, like a 7th edition or something?
No. At this point, he would just keep it as is, and maybe just refine and tell him to just drop the pronoun thing.
Yeah,
Because
and stop using AI artwork.
Oh no, dude, Grok, he's got no problem with that. But
we lost a card, bro.
But if you stop to think about it, like nothing about Elon suggests to me that he cares about D&D. It's just that he doesn't like the way that they're shitting on the original creators. Elon doesn't strike me as someone who plays D&D. Diablo, absolutely, he's like the number one in the world. I don't see
people hate him for that. I can't believe people hate him for being the number one Diablo player in the world. I'm just like, well, I mean, the dude's got time. He can do it.
But all right, I think it is time to get going.
All right. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being on here. Guard Bro, you especially for joining us on short notice. Hope you had fun.
Yeah, no problem. It's always fun bitching about stuff online. That's why I'm here.
It is. It is. It is.
We get
I'm just poor and angry.
I'm gonna have to go back and run the AI over the stream to see what we can rate this thing. But
or what you should do is follow that trend of like everyone using like AI to say, hey, based on my profile history, like make an avatar based on me.
oh god, no.
It's pretty fun.
I'm afraid to. Well, don't you have to have Grok to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have Grok.
You don't have Grok, man.
I don't have Grok. No, because you got to have premium.
I got premium just to piss people off, dude, and it always performs. Oh, look, a blue check mark, and they're immediately just boiling mad and comment like, without fail, dude. Like at this point, my Twitter blue is just bait.
All right.
I gotta try to piss more people off. It's fun when you do that.
It's not hard. Just speak an opinion. It doesn't even matter if it's right, wrong, or what. Just speak an opinion. You will piss somebody off. Like
Speak wrong
butter. Butter tastes better than mayonnaise. See, people will fight you over that shit. They will.
Margarine's way better than regular butter, and like so gets killed.
No shit. No.
4th edition is actually underrated.
You get the fuck out of here.
We're referencing.
On behalf of the staff of the Independent California Motel, I wish you all sweet dreams.